Live from Soho, New York City, it's Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern.
That's what we do here. We talk about wearable electronics. It's October 22nd. And today we're going to, surprise, surprise, talk about some wearable electronics.
That's right.
With me is Phil, Mr. Lady Ada himself. What's
Hello.
on today's show, Phil?
On today's show, the code is Milage.
Ooh, I wonder why.
You'll
I have a
see.
feeling we'll find out.
That's right.
You can get 10% off everything that you want for your wearables project.
Yeah, good for Halloween. This is kind of it. Do it now.
Yeah, do it. Do it now.
All right, Wearable Wednesday.
We're going to debut a cool new project by a new Adafruit learning system author.
Tools we love.
One of the tools used to make that project, and we love it.
And another tool for your mind.
Yes, we're going to talk about this book.
And questions and answers. You have questions. Becky has those answers.
How does this work? You ask questions in the comments here, or on the Google Plus event, or on the Adafruit blog, or on Twitter, or Facebook, or whatever. I gather them up. I queue them up to answer on the show. Then anybody whose question gets answered also gets entered in a drawing. Today we're giving away a Flora.
That's right. All that and more on, if you were here for the last 45 seconds, you know the answer to this. It's Wearable Electronics with Becky Stern.
That's the name of the show, everybody.
Yeah.
We're all high on Halloween fever, and
Yeah.
I want to know, Phil, what are you wearing?
Oh, well, this is IBM's new cloud storage device. So,
You got the overhead
yeah.
of doing. Why don't you
I'll do the overhead.
do the overhead?
Yeah, IBM's doubling down. This is their new cloud storage device, and I'll focus in on this.
In case you want it to be toasty, we also have
Yeah.
the
I'll zoom
I don't
in.
have a good cloud storage joke about this. Wow, I didn't know that camera had zoom on it like that.
This camera has zoom on it.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is a preview of the next 2 weeks of 3D Thursday projects. They're two motion-activated pendants. One scrolls flying toasters like a little classic Mac, and then the other one scrolls Mario Clouds like Cory Archangel. I mean, Nintendo.
Yeah. So that's what we're this is what we're wearing.
Because it's coming soon in the fall collection of Adafruit 3D printed wearables.
That's right. Okay, so let's start it off. Don't forget the code is Milage. This is 10% off everything in the wearables category all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. It's Halloween time. Get on it. Last week to really save.
You know, and it's even right now, it's 2 weeks before, or Halloween is what, not this Friday, but next Friday.
Yeah.
We schedule our Halloween projects out very thoughtfully. We try to make it really easy for you to build the project in the time that is left before Halloween. And this week is really our last week of launching Halloween projects because we need to make sure that we don't tell you to do something that you don't have time to do.
Yeah.
You know, because we're thoughtful like that. So really, if you wanted to put electronics in your Halloween costume, now's the time to do it. Next week, too late.
Yeah, the time for Halloween is now. The time for Wearable Wednesday is also now.
It is now.
Okay, so what you got in your Wearable Wednesday?
So Leslie just came back
Bag.
from Berlin. She went to this awesome Wear It festival, and she gave a talk about sensors, and she put some posts up on the blog about cool stuff that she saw, but she was too shy to put pictures of her own talk on the blog.
Okay.
And
All right.
so I'm talking about them now.
Okay.
Here's Leslie showing off her floor umbrella, and then there's another one of her, the next slide is her showing off her, petticoat that goes underneath her Hunger Games inspired Catching Fire dress. It has NeoPixel strip in it, and she has a lovely model there. They look like they're having a great time and giggling.
Okay.
Also, Leslie posted up some cool photos by some of the organizers there. These photos are from the Wear It Berlin Facebook page. This is a smartphone-controlled LED scrolling vest display, kind of like our Guggen hat, but it looks like he's holding an Android device.
Yeah.
And it's really flexible over the shoulder of a vest. That's really cool. There were lots and lots of jackets. So the festival was put on by the Trafo Pop Bike Collective, which is like some
Wow.
bicycle riders in Berlin who like to put those silicone-coated weather-resistant pixels in their jackets and then ride around the city at night. And so if you look at the video on the blog post that Leslie made, there's just tons of these jackets, jean jackets with all the cool, very iconic-looking nubbin LEDs, and they're really, really awesome.
This is cool. This is like fashion from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure when they go in that area and they...
Yeah, and it's like
the
a real
future.
community of people who are all building, who are all like sharing
Yeah.
knowledge with each other, and they're having a bike group, so they're doing events together, and it's really cool because it's like their own style, and they have their own style of tech fashion, which is something I think we're going to see more and more of like specific voices coming out with a style. So like that's really neat.
This is cool.
She also posted about this LED wristband that people were making that has a trinket in it and is sound activated.
Yep.
So you can wear it to the club and or just shout at it and it'll change colors and stuff.
Okay.
There's a picture of the inside on the next slide. You can sort of see the trinket on the left and then the little battery, and they have it charging up. So that's 3D printed, flexible 3D printed, and then you strap it on.
Okay.
So that's it for the Wear It Berlin. Now we're on to some customer projects this week. This was Christopher wrote in with his NeoPixel Pocket Square, and he thought it would be a really dapper mod to the chameleon scarf project. So like, you know, you have your suit, maybe you could match this to your tie with the color sensor.
It's very subtle too. It's very just like, I'm in the future, but I'm not making a big deal about it.
But I am making a big deal about how dapper I look.
Yeah, I'm just. You can be stylish in the future. You don't have to have like a floating orb or something.
You don't have to be trafo pop punk with LEDs all over you if this is more your speed.
Yeah, I actually watched the last half hour of Her, the movie Her, and I thought it was neat. There was a lot of subtle futurism in the background.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about the stuff that we do. The wearables that I like are the ones that it's not the main thing. It's just part of an ongoing story, and it puts it in context of what's going on, but it's not like, oh my god, look at this thing. And I think as we kind of evolve our projects in the fashion world and people start to do this stuff, they just want to show up styling and have something to talk about too.
It's about the person, and it's not necessarily all about the thing the person is wearing.
Yeah, so I thought that's cool.
I think that's a neat thing. I would like to see a tutorial on that. He said that that folks usually use like an index card or something to keep their pocket square super crisp, and you can use NeoPixels instead of an index card.
I agree. Yeah, this is the project.
I sent this
to the whole company. I sent this to the whole company yesterday.
I was like, why is Phil sending me emails twice about he sent it to everyone.
Yeah.
This is, Michael made this really rad project, and the video is really, like, sells it super well. It's obviously his Halloween costume. He won some kind of prize. It has he's wearing the kaleidoscope eyes goggles, which you can learn how to make on the Adafruit learning system. Then he's got another NeoPixel ring on his chest and like a banging loud amplifier on the back. This is some looks like some football padding.
And Bluetooth, controlling with Bluetooth Low Energy, our little board.
And then the shoulder flaps like flip up with servo motors. And he did an iOS app. I think he also did some Android programming to it. He played around with like all different kinds of ways to control this thing. So he's controlling the flaps and stuff with his phone, which is really fun if you're out at a Halloween party, and impressive because he made the UI of the app all like future. It kind of looks kind of Star Trek-y. So definitely like a amazing project that took lots and lots of time to build, and he documented it all along the way with various blog posts about each different thing. So I would encourage you to check it out.
I mean, he won the NeoPixel Halloween contest.
I mean, he's giving me a run for my money, but I think you might have beat me, dude. I try to put as many NeoPixels on me as possible.
Next week, wearable electronics with Power Suit Dude.
Michael.
Sorry.
Michael is his name. And he's from the Netherlands. It's going to be hard for him to make
it
to
able to
host the show.
Okay. At
least his website is from the Netherlands. But great project. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending it.
Okay, next up.
Okay, next we're going to debut this project by Tully. He is an Australian dude who loves wearable electronics, like us. And he made this cool project with glasses and just by itself, where you took surface mount LEDs and made it so that it looks like your eyes are glowing blue, but they don't bleed backwards into your eyes, and you can see past them because they're really small. Yeah. And so we asked him to do a tutorial for the learning system, and he did, and he made this really cool video that we're going to watch
It's
together.
Dune-like. It's my Dune.
Phil wanted Dunepunk for Halloween,
and
so this is the Dunepunk project. It makes your eyes look like they're glowing blue, like you're in Dune.
One note. So I went to Comic-Con, and there was like hundreds of thousands of people there. Not one single Dune thing. It's ripe for a
comeback.
No, it never was popular. And I think that's cool because there's a lot. Like we're starting to see the reimagining of it with things like this. So anyways, all right, let it begin.
Enjoy. That's awesome.
Got my Dunepunk thing.
It's so cool. I don't even think that Tully meant it to be Dunepunk, but it is, because they're blue. They make your eyes blue.
Yeah.
And they let you like blind other people.
Yeah, it's a neat project. And you know what's cool is that's the foundation for a whole bunch of other costumes and things if you want to do, because everything cool has like glowing eyes
Yep,
and stuff like that.
and you can see in his guide on the learning system, which is in the link in the blog post and soon to be the YouTube description. You can see that you can wear it a bunch of different ways. You can put it inside glasses to make the glasses have this sort of more muted effect.
Yeah.
And it's just a really fun project. It's pretty easy too. If you don't have any enameled wire, I bet you could make it with regular solid core hookup wire if you strip the ends.
Yeah, you can do that.
As long as you find those surface mount LEDs. So
Okay.
cool project. Thanks, Tully, for writing it for us.
Next, you can buy some of the stuff you'll need to make something like this with the code Milage.
Yes, we have a list in the tutorial of all the things in the Adafruit shop that you need, like tweezers and use a USB microscope to see the tiny parts, and the battery holder with the switch on it, coin cell battery holder. Great. I want to make a pair and then put like a little hair clip on it so I can clip it into my hair. Women are at an advantage in that, or anyone with longer hair. In the costume game. Yeah, you could totally do it.
Saying.
There was
Just
a while
saying.
when my hair was sort of shorter than yours.
Yeah, just saying. Okay.
Okay, we're having two tools we love because we love tools so much.
Okay.
You can use, this tool was used in Tully's tutorial. It is the fine point soldering iron tip for the Hako irons. We have a couple different soldering iron tips for your Hako iron depending on what types of electronics projects you're working on. If you want to go to the next slide, you can see the different ones. Colin's soldering video sort of goes over when you would use each one of these. Basically, the one on the right is the regular standard screwdriver tip. You use that for most all-purpose things. The middle one is for surface mount soldering, like in this LED eyes tutorial you're seeing, or any kind of really small pitch surface mount stuff. And then the hoof one is good for bigger areas, and also some people just like it better than the screwdriver tip for certain shapes.
And here's an action shot.
In action!
Yeah.
Fine point soldering tip. So we like that. It's a tool. Maybe you didn't know we had extra soldering iron tips for your soldering iron, and maybe you didn't know that there are different tips for different jobs.
Yeah.
Now you know.
You
The
do know.
power is yours.
And if I just talked about Comic-Con, speaking of Comic-Con,
Oh, speaking of Comic-Con,
Yeah.
the other tool we love today is the 1000 Costume and Cosplay Ideas book that's new in the store.
yeah, this is the start of what we're doing. So we're looking at the cosplay books and resources that are out there, and we're electrifying them. We're taking all the good practices. It's kind of like wearable electronics. It was all the good stuff with crafting and sewing.
Yep.
All those skills apply. So if you've made a costume, if you've there's some of them here. If you made these wings, eventually these wings are going to have something with glowing or electronics, or maybe they'll move,
Yeah.
or maybe they'll light at night. Maybe there'll be an EL outline. But those are all the things that we not only want ourselves to do, our teams here.
We want to inspire you to be able
Yeah,
to
we
do
want
them
to
too.
have a book and say, like, here's one. If someone's really good at electronics and they don't know about costuming, we got a book. If someone
Yeah.
is good at costuming, they just want ideas for their costumes but need electronics, then we have
A learning system.
learning system and all the books that you need to.
Yeah, so we want to sort of be, as close to a one-stop shop as we can for you guys to be able to get your inspiration and your, materials for your projects. So hopefully
Yeah.
this will give you guys a lot of ideas and inspiration.
And kind of like the maker movement, where a lot of the makers that are prolific know each other, all the cosplayers know each other. And like they have like amazing Twitter accounts and they're posting up their stuff. I posted up the cosplayer suitcase. It was a suitcase just of like armor
It's so cool.
from Comic-Con.
They do not travel light, those cosplayers.
No. Okay. So if you want to get 10% off that book, you can use the code Milage, or 10% off anything else we have
Why
in
is the
stock.
code Milage, Phil?
Well, it's because it's this spice stuff that if you eat it, you live long, can fold space. You can predict the future, but it's not actually predicting the future. It's more like seeing multiple paths, and you can kind of
And
pick
you
the
can
one.
choose which one.
Yeah.
Oh, so not seeing the future, controlling the future.
No, I don't even think it's control. My interpretation of
Okay.
how Dune was written with this idea of being able to see the future is just paths, and like if you limit yourself, you don't have as many paths, and like then you're trapped. And anyways, it's actually a business book. Believe
It's
it or
a really,
not.
really long book that I have not read, so this is why I ask you. I looked this
Yeah.
one up today when you were like, let's make the code this. I was like, oh, spice. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I have heard of that.
Quizak Hatterack time. Let's go. Question and answers, Becky.
Okay, you've got questions. I'm going to answer them, and then one of you will win a floor. That's how it works. If you have questions, you can ask them now. Yes, ask them now in the comments, and I will, or at any time during the week on Twitter when the spirit moves you, and I will answer them on my show at my leisure, and then you will be entered to win a prize.
Yeah. Okay. First question. This is from ElectroDog10. Here's a question for Q&A. What video equipment does Becky use to film the wearable electronics video?
Okay, not strictly a wearable electronics question, because I had a really easy answer. I chose I was going to answer this question. Totally okay. I go through all of the equipment that I use, including links to like B&H and stuff in this article on Make. It's called 10 Tips for Making Great Build Videos. So if you Google that and you look on the Make site, it's from like a couple issues ago. You can see that I use a Nikon D5100, a Sennheiser wireless lav mic set, and I am currently editing videos in Final Cut 10 on a Mac.
Yeah.
But I also go through a couple other options you could use. But that's my setup, and I also link to like the lights and stuff that we have.
We post what we do for this rare weekly HD broadcast. We post that on the Adafruit site on the blog. Just search for Black Magic, because that's the name of the box. That
we use a Black Magic box and a Panasonic Lumix GH3 camera for this broadcast.
Okay. Next is from Mirabelle. Hey.
Hey, Mirabelle.
Hey. I have a question for Q&A. I'd like to use NeoPixels with a low-cost without XB wireless projects. Is there an existing protocol?
So if you want cheaper than XB, you might want to use this, our simple RF transmitter and receiver pair. We have a couple different types, and there's a little video that shows you the various types. So you can just Google that, simple, or look it up on the Adafruit site. That's what I mean. I mean Google on the Adafruit site, which is not Googling, but search on the Adafruit site for simple RF.
The word search is Google. Google is
it's
search.
Just like Frisbee. Like, do you know what to call a Frisbee if you're not using the trademark Frisbee?
Oh, yeah, plastic disc throwy?
Plastic disc throwy thing.
Yeah.
Difficult, right? When you go to list your Frisbee golf class, you have to call it disc golf.
Yeah.
But I think that in context has enough information, but I don't know what to call it. Anyway, so Google, you've won.
We can segue to the next question, or I could use a self-balancing transporter. Doesn't work. Okay, I tried. All right, this is from Beginner
spelled differently.
Sounds the same.
Yeah, you're
when
right.
designing
Call
3D,
the phone.
yeah, when designing 3D printable stuff to put LEDs into, what tips do you give for the best glow of the item? Glowability.
Glowing, the best glowing. Noe and Pedro and I work on this stuff together, but they're the 3D modeling and printing experts. So I just say like, make it more glowy, and then they do it. So maybe they're watching and they'll cover this on an upcoming segment in their 3D show. But really, if you look at the infill settings on any of the parts that we offer, so like this one and the dino spikes, and the bandolier that's hanging over behind Phil. You look at the infill settings, usually it's like 2 shells and that's it. We don't do more than that, but I'm not the expert. But like, if you look at all like 3 of those projects and you notice some commonalities between the infill and the shell settings, you'll see some similarities.
I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a second. Wait a second, folks. Oh, hey, let's do a quick.
We talk to them all the time.
It's the fourth wall. Hey, today in our meeting, once put it to do, maybe Noah and Pedro can do a quick guide, getting the glowiest 3D prints.
We could they're watching probably. We could just, hey guys.
Okay.
That was breaking the fourth wall, as in assuming that like we don't work outside of the show. I don't know what we were breaking.
I pressed pause.
Oh, you pressed pause on them.
Pause.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Becky, would mother of pearl buttons be non-conductive enough to be safe platforms with a 5mm through-hole NeoPixels?
Yes, provided that they are not still inside a moist oyster.
Okay.
Yeah,
Moist
mother
oyster.
of...
That's 2 cool words to say next to each other. Like cellar door, moist oyster.
Yes, mother of pearl is not conductive. It's made out of like calcium, so it's an insulator. And yeah, if you were to put these tiny 5mm NeoPixels inside mother of pearl buttons, I would love to see it. So please share it with us if you do that.
All right. And Moist Oyster will be playing this week.
Right after Sacrificial Pixel.
Second band name. And by the way, Noah and Pedro are in the chat, and they added the guy to the list. We're getting so much done right now.
Our show is actually a meeting.
Yeah.
Meta.
Okay. Hey, Steampunk Charn again. How do you suggest powering and wiring more than 1 battery pack worth of EL wire and tape? Thanks.
It's easy, but not what you want to hear. Use multiple inverters.
Yeah.
So this is the bunny helmet. And the face white EL wire is on a second smaller inverter than the rest of the pink stuff.
Yeah.
Just because it can't power it all. If you are using the sound activated inverters, you can power multiple of those sound activated inverters with one battery pack, provided that it has enough amperage to give you the time that you want. But that's the only caveat to the fact that you're just going to have to use multiple inverters.
Okay. Not such a great band name. Multiple.
No, because
Yeah. Okay. It's giveaway time.
Okay, you guys, even though I gave you a little bit of bad news, maybe you'll win this Flora, which doesn't help you with your multiple inverters problem, but might cushion the blow a little bit.
Yeah.
And the winner is Mia, who wants to make NeoPixel Pearl buttons. Congratulations. You can control your NeoPixel Pearl buttons with a Flora, perhaps. You can email support@adafruit.com to claim your prize, or I will also hit you up on Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
So thanks you guys for your questions. I'm out of questions right now, so if you ask
There
a
was
question...
There was a bunch.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
it'll be answered in...
Like a lot. Like there's just like questions and questions.
You know what I've seen though, Phil? That these, you have to leave this window open for me, because sometimes those questions get eaten once the broadcast becomes archived.
Really?
And it resets the comments. Yeah.
You know, sometimes they also get marked as spam on accident.
Yeah.
Like Google just says like, oh, you're talking about things.
You're talking a lot. It
Yeah.
must be spam. So
Okay.
will you just leave this
I'm just gonna
browser
leave it.
window open for me?
I'm gonna leave it.
So that I can get your questions. I can be sure I get your questions if you asked them during the show.
Okay. All right. So we got some other stuff going on tonight.
Yeah, if you have a project to share, perhaps mother of pearl NeoPixel buttons, although you would be beating Mia to the punch and that wouldn't be that nice. You can show it off tonight at 7:30 on the Show and Tell Hangout on Air. All you have to do is comment on the Show and Tell post on the Google Plus page to say, hey, I want to show a project. We'll add you to the Show and Tell circle. Then you'll be invited every week, and you can show up whenever you like, whenever you have a project to show.
Yeah.
The first 10 people in get to show off their project.
Yeah, and usually we have some folks who work with Adafruit from around the world. So when you're showing a project, if you use their guides or something like that, they love to see it. So
And I know I love to see it. Now that the show is at 7:30, I've been having less luck seeing the show and tell every week, but then I watch it after the fact, because it's like sometimes I don't get home right in time, or it's when I'm walking my dog. But I love to see your projects too. Then after that, you can stay tuned for Ask an Engineer on at 8 p.m., where you can ask Lady Ada, the engineer, some questions.
Yeah.
Learn about new products and all of that great kind of stuff, see what's going on. Yep. And then tomorrow, you can watch our 3D Thursday Hangout with Matt, Noe, and Pedro right here at 3 p.m. And they'll probably be talking about the toaster project, which comes out tomorrow.
It's always a surprise.
Plus lots and lots of other cool stuff, including CAD demos, where I learn a lot, and other fun 3D printing stuff. So definitely a lot of shows going on. If you're not subscribed to the Adafruit YouTube channel, that's the easiest way to get all of our stuff delivered to your inbox or your YouTube dashboard. The easiest way.
Yep.
It's free. It's easy. It's why we make videos for you, so you'll subscribe.
Don't forget, Dakota's Milage is 10% off. Now's the day, today.
We have a Halloween playlist on the YouTube channel. I blogged it today, so if you're, catch up on the Adafruit blog, and like all of our projects that could be construed for Halloween are in that list. It's like 65 or something, 65 videos.
Yeah.
So if you you don't know what you want to make, maybe that playlist could help you get some ideas, and then you can get 10% off your whole order to build your Halloween costume, which I think is a pretty good deal.
That's right. You can make your Halloween costume 10% better because you're saving some, so it would be like 110%.
If you were like on the fence about that extra NeoPixel ring, you can get it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week, same bat time, same bat channel, with more wearable electronics.
Bye bye.